Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are here in the Embraer T27 Intero. I hope I pronounced that correctly. If not, let me know in the comments below. I appreciate it. This aircraft is pretty cool aircraft. The developer is RP Simulations. Now we're going to talk a little bit about this aircraft. Not too many people did reviews on it. It does come with a pretty decent amount of liveries here, as you can see. I believe there's about 13 different liveries. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it's about that. You can count them if you like. A couple different ones we can look at here. I like them. I think they're overall pretty cool aircraft. There's a couple things about this plane. We're going to take it up for a flight today and see how it flies. Take a look at the outside, the inside. Overall, it's a pretty beautiful aircraft. It's just a few things that I would stay away from. So we're going to get on the ground and just test fly it out. I've heard the developer saying that the update of Microsoft Flight Simulator had a little bit of issues with this aircraft and the speed and everything like that. So I'm going to test fly it right now. I did download a new turbulent pack, which gives you real world turbulence and all that stuff. So we're going to check it out and see how this thing is. Overall, just my initial impression, it's not bad modeling. It's very clean and organized, but it does look pretty relatively cheap as far as graphics. Like there's no extensive modeling. It's not bad. It's not bad. Let's look on the outside of this thing. Now, I gotta say, it's beautifully modeled. The prop here, though, I'm not sure if that's dirt on there or just from rocks and stuff kicking up. I don't know. Well, the important part is how it flies, right? It does look very nice, though. Got a little bit of a wind today coming out. Modeling's not bad. Let's check underneath the gear here. I haven't seen too many reviews for this aircraft. I think it's not bad, right? Like, it was relatively cheap, too. I believe I paid, I want to say $10 to $20 for the price point. I can't remember exactly. I have to look it up in Marketplace, but I couldn't find it. It was on sale when I bought it too, so I think I actually picked it up really cheap during the holiday sale. It might have been one of those specials. I haven't did the review. I had it for a little while sitting in my hangar. I did try flying it once. So here's some of the animation, which isn't too bad. Let's jump inside this thing. I don't know what that click sound is. I'm not touching anything. Let's open up the canopy here. Okay. Not bad. Every time I go in and out, we do have a back seat here. I'm not sure if it's modeled. Let's see what the click spots are. So these are the views. You got a forward view. You can view left, right, throttle, and this is the rear view, I guess, for the pilot sitting in the back. You got functionality with some of the switches and dials back here. It doesn't look like that's modeled to move. Let's see if the front, is this front modeled? No, that's not moving either. That's weird. I wonder if it has to do with the power being off. Alright, so let's start it up, take it for a test fly, see how it handles, and then we'll go from there. So the main power is right here. I wonder, sorry, that's annoying. Okay, so it does have a checklist, right? but it's not clickable, so you got to figure out where all this stuff is by yourself, and it doesn't even light up. That's definitely a negative. If you don't know the aircraft and you want to find out where stuff is, it does not show you and it does not light up, so you're on your own. It will give you a list of what you're supposed to do, but that's not good for people who don't know about airplanes. So we'll have to, you know, some things that I didn't like. We can put the oxygen on. Let's cancel that master caution. Okay, so the master caution cancel button, once we put the power on there. Put the navigational light on. Where's that at? Let's see. Where's the lights? Oh, there it is. Okay, so there's your nav light. That is your strobe light and your rudder. That's your starter switch. There we go. It's a turboprop, so it takes a minute to kick on here. Gonna watch engine coming up. Introduce fuel here. Alright. Here we are. I don't like the sounds, are pretty weak too. I have the canopy open and you still can't really hear anything, right? We have all our fuel on. I believe so, right? Here it goes, that's coming up. Waiting for that to rise. Temperature's still cold here. Just playing around with this stuff to see what it looks like. The panel lighting and all. It doesn't even sound like it's running properly right now, which is kind of weird. It should be on, but it doesn't look like the engine is on. That is weird, right? So what are we missing? Fuel pumps? There we go. We spiked out on our ITT there. Whoa. Alright, now it sounds better. There we go. It's weird that the engine in here is not showing anything, but the outside is showing. So there's definitely a good fair amount of issues with this aircraft. The caution light has not been extinguished yet. That is strange. We have a little bit of GPS down here. This is not modeled. I'm not sure why. That is weird. I wonder if it has to do with the aircraft itself. Standby. Flaps. Cycle down. Alright. I don't know, guys. I could see, I'm pretty sure this is probably why... Yeah, this is rough. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Not bad, but I mean, geez, like, I'm glad I bought it on sale is all I could say. Alright. It's very nice modeling, right? The texturing, the modeling, but if we could have a little bit better of a checklist. I was listening to the developer talk about this aircraft, and he's saying, all you gotta do is go into the settings and set this and fix that. I don't know if he understands that that's what you get paid to do, not us. So that's something you gotta step up and be responsible for when you make an aircraft, right? You know, keeping the updates, fixing it, kind of giving us a better understanding of it. Checklist would be nice that lights up towards the switches so we can understand how the plane works. Things of that nature, right? So, it's not bad overall, but I guess let's test it out and see how it flies at least, right? I don't want to crap on it too much until we at least get it in the air and try it. Now, let's close... Oh yeah, we closed the canopy. Canopy is locked. Alright, that light went out, so we're good. Alright. Let's see what it looks like at nighttime with all the lights on here. The lighting is okay. I mean, it could use some work internally. Alright, not the best, but not the worst. Definitely very low. You know, it's got a little bit of animation with the engine running for the turbo, so that's not, I mean for the prop, which is not bad. Alright, let's go back to daytime. Let's get this thing up in the air and try it out. Alright, ground handling is definitely terrible. It's Microsoft Flight Simulator handling. It's all over the place. Very, very... I mean, look. It just goes... I mean, it handles like typical Microsoft Flight Simulator handling. It's not heavy on the controls. It's very loose, you know. So that's usually means that there was no flight modeling for the aircraft. That it was pretty much just made with Microsoft default aircraft. So the sounds are not the best. I give the sounds a 2.5. The handling, ground handling, 2.5. Modeling is really good though. The modeling's like a 4, right? The pricing is good too because we didn't pay a lot for it. But it's not compared to, let's say the let's see. There's another aircraft I recently did a review of that is way better. If I was gonna buy an aircraft, I would probably prefer the Beechcraft T6. That one over this, 1000%. That one's way better. All right, let's see. I'm gonna put the power in here. Sounds are not bad when you put it in. You can hear a little bit of the turbo. The ground handling is all over the place. I'm putting a lot of right rudder in. A lot more right rudder. Airspeed's finally coming up. Yeah, the handling on the ground is not great. 80 knots. We're up. Gear coming up. Let's see the gear animation. Gear animation's not bad. It's barely sounds of the gear coming in and out, right? Flaps coming up here. We're doing about 130 knots right now. I got real turbulence on. So these are your views, which are not the greatest views. When you get in and out of the... There's some kind of clicking sound that happens when I go to exterior and then interior. I don't know what that clicking noise is. That's probably a bug. So, a couple of things right off the bat, you know. Handle's okay. I mean, it's very loose in handling. I don't know if what the real one does, but it's not bad, but it's not the greatest, right? Let's try to do a stall. Let's see how it handles on a stall. It's starting to drop the left wing there. Getting heavy on the control. Alright, left wing snapped over there. Let's try one more. I'm going to do power out, nose up again. Let's see what it does. Dropping the nose, and we got another snap to the left. Alright, so 2 snaps to the left. Power on and power off stall. Let's see if we can put it into any kind of flat spin here. I'm going to bring it back up to altitude. I'm going to try to gain a little bit of airspeed. So far, it's not flying bad, but it's very. This is kind of more of a get in and fly. It doesn't seem like it's a very complicated aircraft. Pretty simple and basic if you're looking for that. I don't have a flight plan in, so I can't tell you if that works. Doesn't look like there's no autopilot available for this plane. So you're going to have to hand fly it, which is, you know, if you're going for a long flight, that's not a fun one. Definitely handles pretty good, right? Alright, let's see if we can get it into a spin. I'm just going to try to nose over here. Let's see if it's recoverable. Oh boy. So it's, you can recover it fairly decently, which isn't bad. I was trying to put it into like a violent spin, but it wouldn't let me. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty stable. I mean, if you're looking for an easier aircraft, this is definitely not bad. Not bad at all. Overall, I would have to give it like, you know, a 3.5. Because of systems, some functionality, no functionality like this. I'm not sure why this is not on. The sounds are not the best. They're very, I don't know if that's supposed to sound like that, but I guess you got to give them a little bit of effort, right? Alright, let's try to land this thing and see how that goes. Overall, not a bad plane. I don't know, you know, this is the type of plane I would recommend. If you like the aircraft, buy it for the aircraft. Don't buy it for what it is. It's not the most in-depth airplane. However, it is cheap, fun to throw around, works fairly decent. The only other downside I would say is the autopilot. There is none. So that is something to keep in mind if you're going to do a longer flight. You're going to be kind of keeping an eye on the aircraft the whole time, right? So something to keep in mind, I guess. Does it have reverse? Yeah. So you do have a reversed thrust on here too. Reverse, yeah. I guess is it reverse thrust on a prop? I don't know. But overall, not too bad. I would say, you know, it depends on what you're gonna enjoy. Um, it's pretty cool, I guess. It's just, I don't know. I mean, it's not great, you know. It's hard to put a price on an airplane, especially when there's some functionality to it, but this one seems like it's more along the lines of a freeware. You know, there's not a lot to it. I've seen free aircrafts that are just as engaging and maybe even slightly better than this. So there's a couple things that I would say that need to get fixed, you know. Flight modeling, there's no tablet, there's no checklist. It's pretty bad on ground handling. It looks nice, it's pretty to look at, but the rest of it is, it needs a lot of work. It's almost, now I get why people didn't do a review of this airplane too much. It's probably because it needs a lot of work. It's not ready for a review. There's really nothing on here to review. So I just wanted to take a look at this aircraft and show you guys a little bit about it in case you're wondering if you should buy it or not. And in my opinion, when I always say about airplanes is it's really personal preference, right? Like, let me just turn the engine off here so we can talk a little bit more. So when it comes down to aircrafts, I think overall it's personal preference, right? If you're a fan of this airplane itself, then I would definitely suggest it. If you're not into this aircraft and you're looking for something similar to this, you know, the Beechcraft T6B is probably a better choice than this one. This one needs some work still. It lacks a lot of system depth, but it's a beautiful model on the exterior. But flight modeling and all the things that I'm looking for, I would say it's probably like a good 2.5 to 3 if you really push it, you know, if I'm being generous. But it's low. It's pretty low. And that's, like I said, because of flight modeling and system depth. You know, the rest of it is, like, I love looking at planes. They're very pretty, very nicely modeled, but yeah, it needs some work. Anyway, that's just my thoughts and opinions. Leave me in the comments below what you think of this aircraft, and to the developer, you know, great job, but you know, it definitely needs some upgrades, and yeah, I mean, you know, I'm sure they know. I hope all developers work on their aircrafts and are passionate about them. You know, it's always a cool thing to get these airplanes in your hangars and try them out, and some of them are difficult to do, man. So there you go. I hope that helps anybody who's interested in this aircraft, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye now.